The debate on sending NATO troops to Ukraine has flared up again. Emmanuel Macron was the first to suggest this. He even used the following expression at the time. He said that Russia winning this war would mean the death of the European Union. We had even prepared a vol. How much is the military capacity of which country? How much is the military capacity? Then he didn't get the support he expected, especially from the European Union countries. Not everyone immediately said, yes, let's send them. He talked to Zelensky. Well, he was leaving open the possibility of sending troops to Ukraine for training in the UK. What is the detail?
Undoubtedly, the ongoing Third Winter War adds another concerning aspect with the arrival of Trump. Unfortunately, his presence does not bode well for Ukraine, as it is anticipated that military and financial aid may be reduced. At best, the aid received will not match previous levels. Consequently, countries in Europe, particularly those directly threatened by Russia, are discussing the possibility of independently increasing their assistance to Ukraine. Significantly, today the European Union leaders will convene with Zelensky in Brussels. The main agenda item for the upcoming meeting will be the discussion of the available options for deploying NATO troops or European Union peacekeepers to Ukraine. Why did Macron bring up this matter last year? He openly presented our objections to Russia. However, he claimed this approach to be misguided. Let us carefully consider these suggestions and possibilities, which are considered as our firm limits, including the deployment of troops to Ukraine if necessary. Essentially, his suggestion was to bring it into the conversation rather than keeping it excluded. He brought it up as a means of deterrence. Despite receiving a significant amount of reaction, there was no support for his proposal. The possibility of taking action regarding the situation is once again being considered. Putin's persistent attitude has not deterred anyone. It is crucial for us to continue discussing this matter. Both Macron and Zelensky have revisited the topic recently. The UK has given their approval, or at least a positive indication. Securing the green light implies obtaining direct endorsement. The British Defence Minister Healey has declared that we can train Ukrainian soldiers in Ukraine with the assistance of British soldiers, primarily for training purposes. Usually these training sessions are held in other countries such as Germany or the UK, away from Ukrainian soil, as a precautionary measure against possible revenge from Russia, which could potentially lead to a catastrophic global conflict. However, now there is a willingness to consider and fulfill Ukraine's demands. Hence, these possibilities have become more feasible. Of course, there is another alternative, providing a security guarantee for Ukraine. Alternatively, if a ceasefire agreement is reached with Russia, European peacekeepers could be deployed on the front lines. There are reports suggesting that the US is at least contemplating this plan. Nonetheless, NATO Secretary General Rutte has emphasized the need to exercise caution and refrain from openly discussing all aspects. Open discussions are likely to favor Putin rather than benefiting Ukraine. Therefore, these talks should ideally be conducted discreetly and behind closed doors. Unfortunately, neither the European Union nor NATO is prepared to send direct military forces to Ukraine, whether they be peacekeepers or training troops, to send them to the European Union and NATO, while on the other hand, there are those within the European Union and NATO who vehemently oppose such action. Zelensky's responsibility in this regard is far from easy. Whose actions will we closely monitor today? It will undoubtedly be Putin as he prepares to hold his annual year-end press conference. An extensive ordeal of questions and answers awaits us all. At this particularly challenging time, just a month before Trump's inauguration, and with the overthrow of Syria's ally, Assad, by the Russians, as well as the assassination of a Russian general in Moscow, allegedly by Ukrainian intelligence. He has remained noticeably silent regarding Syria. His forthcoming statements are bound to place him in a precarious position. Our curiosity about him is piqued. We speculate on what he will say regarding Ukraine. Equally important are his messages concerning Turkey. Starting from noon, we will inform our viewers about Putin's anticipated remarks.